Hey everybody, my name is Janelle and this is Bowen. Today we are going to enjoy a hip opener flow. So to start, we're going to begin in butterfly. Some of you might enjoy a couple of blocks because we're going to do it on our back. So you can take those blocks and set them just underneath your knees, edges of the hip, so that it allows the inside of the legs not to stretch too much as we get going, and you can kind of lessen them when you are ready. So dive in, make your shape, and then we take a couple breaths here. Often when I'm on my back, I like to place my hands on my body, either on the chest or the belly. And in doing so, we just allow you to feel your breath and become a bit more connected. It's easy to skip these moments of quiet and just jump into our flow, but these moments are why we should show up on our yoga mat. So don't skip them, don't forget them. And when you are ready, you can use the hands to bring the knees back together. And right away, we're gonna scooch those knees in towards the chest. And give them a hug, a squeeze, whatever's gonna feel nice for you. I love to do a little side to side almost every time I hit this shape, almost can't help it. So just enjoying a moment. And then we will stretch our feet up towards the sky. Okay, so first, nice little roll of the ankles, waking up the toes. Just take a breath in, really reach the toes up. On the exhale, sink the knees into the chest. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, sink. One more time like that, nice and easy. And sink. Now this time as we inhale, we're going to reach our toes as far over our head as we can. As we exhale, loop them out and back. Inhale, bring them forward. Exhale, loop back. As we do this motion a few more times, we're trying to keep our back, our spine on the earth as best as we can. Make these circles as big or as little as you need today. So we do a few more. Option to really lift those hips off the earth a little bit as we roll up. Engage the tummy a little bit more. Let's find one more rhythm through, following the breath. Okay, now rock and rolling up to seated. Coming all the way over onto all fours. Those blocks, you scooch them off to the side if you did end up using them. And now for this little flow on all fours, we're going to take a breath in and lift our hip out to the side, but keep the knee bent. As we exhale, drop the knee just on the other side of our leg. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, tuck. One more time, breath in, up. And tuck. And let's stretch that leg long. As you exhale, step it to the outside of your right hand. Okay, settle into that lunge for a moment. Now with our back leg, we're going to kind of kickstand it underneath. Ground our right hand onto the earth, the palm, or just even using our fingertips. And then our left arm's going to sweep up towards the sky. So for a moment, just settle in. Play with finding a little bounce. See how that feels in the hip today. And then that left hand, let's reach it towards the back of your mat. We're going to find a little side plank variation. So our right arm stretches up and over. Lengthen that right leg. And we can take a moment to reach back and find that ankle. Give the quad a little stretch by pulling the heel in toward the glutes. Okay. And then we will release, drop ourselves onto all fours or facing the other way on the mat. And do the other side. So inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, tuck it underneath. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale. Once more. And under. Lengthen long, breath in. Step it to the outside of the left hand. Okay, settle into that lunge. And then we kickstand the back leg. Ground the left fingertips over palm. Right arm reaches up. A couple little gentle bounces, moving with your breath. And then here we go. Right arm reaches for the front of your mat. Left arm comes up and over, finding that side plank variation one more time. Option to elevate the left leg. Option to kick it towards the glutes, the heel there. Squeeze our foot in. Hello, front of leg, front of hip. One more breath here. And then we will release. Find all fours. Just before we find that first downward dog, couple little cat-cows. So take a breath in, open the throat into the hips up. Exhale, round through the back, chin to chest. Inhale, open up. Exhale, release. Neutral spine, tuck our toes. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Okay, settle into about 4 breaths here, so make those little adjustments that you need. This is that time to check in with the body, see how it's feeling today. Nice big shape. Kind of shows us everything we did yesterday, how our sleep was, all those things make a difference day to day. Okay, let's see if we can tippy-toe our feet up towards our hands. Find our forward fold for a moment, release, bend the knees if you need to feel that it's kind of softening in the lower back. Shake the head a couple times. And then we slowly round up to standing. Arrive, top of the mountain, take a breath. Let's do a nice slow sun A. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Nice solid halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Plant your hands, find your plank, hold for a moment, couple breaths. So whether we're on our toes today or the knees, choosing for you what feels best, but connecting into those points, feeling the body push away. Okay, now we will take ourselves all the way down to the mat, find your belly. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale, release. Let's do one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let go. Tuck our toes. Reach those hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Into this next exhale. Rise up in the toes, bend the knees. Make your way up to your hands. Lengthen the spine. Forward fold as you exhale. Sweep all the way up to standing. And again, forward fold right away. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. So plant those hands, plank pose, toes or knees. Lower part way down or all the way. Upward dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. All right, we're going to take that right leg, sweep it up behind, nice stretch, lengthening. Check in how that feels in your grounded foot in the calf, back of the knee. Wake up those toes, and then we step our foot between the hands, rising up into a high lunge when you are ready. Okay. So that left hip, we want to gently coming forward that little bit, kind of creating a nice solid base for our yoga today. Let's take our right hand, we're going to grab that left wrist, take a breath in, go tall. As you exhale, come over towards the right. And we're going to bring our body up tall. Keep our hands the same, but open up warrior two with the feet. Simple switch of our hands. So we grab hold of the right wrist, breath in tall. Exhale, we lean back a little bit, getting into that right side. And we're going to release our hands. Stay in our warrior 2 feet though. Grip comes behind the hips. Clasp those fingers nice and tight. Take a breath in, open the chest. Forward fold to the inside of that front knee. I love fallen warrior. We get to ground into those legs nice and strong, but I want to feel that release in the neck, release in my face, that softness in the muscles. Let's do one more breath here. And then we pull the body up tall, release our hands, and we're going to take them into prayer in front of our heart. Okay, now for this, we're going to lengthen the front leg, find our triangle pose. So a gentle hinge from our hips. Let that right hip pull back. As you can watch the crown of my head just reaching forward. I'm not dropping down on that side, staying tall through the body. Just checking in. Not using the arms in the usual way allows us to feel it a little differently. Option to reach both arms over the head, kind of up towards that top corner of your room if you're in a room. If you have the joy of being outside, just reaching it up towards that sky energy. One more breath. And then we come up tall. Turn both toes to the side of the mat, a little bit slightly faced out, but nice and wide legs. Take a breath in, reach the fingers up. As you exhale, sink into a nice deep squat. Inhale, we come tall. Exhale, we squat. Let's do 2 more times. Breath in, lift up. Breath out as deep as the legs want to go. Let's do 1 more time. And nice and low. Okay, now we're going to take this squat nice and slowly, roll ourselves to frame the front foot with the hands. From here, back leg is going to scooch in, crossing behind the ankle. Okay? Might want to use your block under your hand here because it is a bit more of an intense forward fold. Okay? If the hands can reach the earth, that is beautiful too. And now, fun little transition today. We're going to ground into that back foot, your left foot. Nice and slowly, standing ourselves up, but the right foot, our front one, is going to release off the earth, right away cross over the standing thigh. So we're going into our eagle pose, okay? Wrapping maybe those toes behind the calf and maybe not, but just that energetic energy of tightening our legs together. If we want to add our hands, we can reach them up over top. Right elbow comes under the left. Option to grab hold of shoulders. Option to twist the palms. Now sink the hips down. Feel the heart lift. Keep the breath. And then slowly we are going to release, but right away, step that right foot back, shoop, shoop, into our lunge. Okay. Settle it in, arms can reach up. And we drop in. Right hip gently forward. Feel that belly button pull up, lengthening the front side of the body. Okay. Now on this one, we're going to grab hold of our right wrist with that left hand. Take a breath in, come tall. Over to the side we go. Couple breaths here. Okay, next inhale, we can come on up with the arms. Warrior two, our back foot. Switch wrists. So we're holding that left side. Nice breath in. Exhale, we peel back with the body, lengthening out the left side. Okay, let's come tall with the arms. Release them behind the back. Clasp them, maybe the way that feels a little funny in the fingers. Take a breath in. Puff up the chest. And we release our body to the inside of the front knee. Let the head go. Soft neck. Strong feet. Slowly peel the body back up. Release the arms to prayer in front of the heart. Lengthen that front leg. Ooh, hello quadricep. Okay, grounding the feet nice and strong. We hinge. Let the left hip come back as the crown of the head is your guide. Keeping it long. Staying strong. Okay, chest is being open towards the front. Maybe those arms reach. Let's do one more good breath. And then we peel the body up. Ooh, both toes turn to the side. Open them up a little bit. Nice inhale. Exhale, we sink. Now this time, inhale just a slight rise. Exhale, sink. Inhale up. And down. Let's do one more. Okay, that slow little rotation to the front. Frame your front foot with the hands. Okay, scooch our back leg up behind the ankle. Use your block under the hands if that feels better. Couple breaths here. And then ground into your right foot, the behind foot. Slowly come to standing. That front foot picks up. Let it cross over the thigh as high as you can get. Squeeze the legs, maybe tuck those toes. Tall through the arms can reach up. Left elbow under the right. Choose your arm choice. And then we just follow the breath. Soft gaze. Feel the heart lift. One more breath, we got this. And then this time we slowly release. Let our foot land. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, tap in on the heart. Take a breath, let's feel it. All right, everybody. Next little sequence is a fun one. We're going to take our right foot, place that ankle over our standing leg, the left leg. Sink into your chair a little bit so you can hold her there. Bring the hands to prayer in front of the heart. Now, if this isn't accessible for you for your hip or your knee, you can absolutely rock out a beautiful chair pose. So choose for you today. Make all those modifications and shifts that we need in order for it to feel good in our body. Okay, if you want, option to reach those arms up over top. Get in the shoulders while we're at it. Okay, feel the hips sink back. Crown lifts opposite. Right toes, wake them up, spread them. Okay, now we're going to release our cross. Try to keep the foot off the earth. Kick it back, keep the knee bent. A little donkey kick style. So we're going to hinge into our warrior three. Keep that foot bent. Option here, right arm can come back, maybe get hold of that ankle. And once again, we're squeezing that heel into our tushy, into our glute. Keep the breath. And then we can release if we have hold. Allow our right foot to find our lunge. Arms can come up over top, and we drop in. Take a breath, reach long through the fingers. Exhale, we cactus the arms. Now open the chest. Maybe the chin can lift, open the throat. Feel that back foot pressing you forward, lifting up. Maybe for one more breath, we stretch the hands long, make the shape big. And then we open up into our pyramid pose. So, lengthening our front leg. Take a breath, hinge at your hips. Take your time. As we settle into pyramid, lots of places to drop those hands. We want to rest them on our thigh, on our shin. Once again, using our block. Maybe the hands can find the earth. Couple beauty breaths here, digging into the shape. Staying right here maybe, or maybe we plant our right hand to the inside of the foot or even to the outside. Left hand can maybe release. Allow it to travel up towards that left hip. Now with that finger in the crease, pull that left hip back. Open your chest towards the side. Maybe those left fingers can reach up to the sky. I'll revolve, triangle pose. Okay, check in on that front foot. A little gentle push into the earth. And then we will release our hand, coming down. Now, we have to make our way into our half moon this morning. So if you like a block for a half moon, you can place that block out in front, however you like it. Elevate our back leg. We want to open our hip. So first, try to feel that right hip stack over top of the standing side. Oh, see how the balance is today is always exciting. Okay, grounding that left hand nice and strong. Pulling the right arm up if you'd like. Keeping that breath. Once again, waking up those toes, spreading that right foot. And then we will find our way into Warrior Two. Land our back foot. We drop in. Flip the front palm just for a moment. Reverse your warrior. And windmill the arms, framing all the way down, low lunge. Now from here, that front left foot, let's sweep it back to find our plank pose. Today, we will rotate onto our right side. So ground that right hand. Option to drop the right knee down onto the earth. Left arm reaches up. And if you want to plane that hip just a little bit more, top foot can release. Maybe we bend the knee. Peel that knee up and out, opening it up as much as we can. Let's do 3, 2, 1. And then we step left foot forward. Finding our lunge once more. Back foot meets the front. Breath in, lengthen the spine. Fold forward, exhale. Sweep all the way up to standing. And we land the hands in front of the heart. Let's feel that for a hot minute. Okay. One last little posture, asana in this sequence. We're going to take that both hands, clasp them nice and tight. Hook our right knee in towards our body. Okay. Now, if you want to work on your balance today, beautiful place to play, right here. Next little option is to just use your right hand on that knee, left hand to hip. Allow our knee to open to the side. Option to take right peace fingers, wrap them around the big toe, squeeze in tight. Option, kick the heel, up and out, ground the right hip down. Left arm maybe reaches out to the side. Hard part for me, see if the gaze can go over that left hand. Let's find one more breath. And then we slowly come out. Hopefully the same way we came in. Drop our foot. Take a breath. All right, left side. Let's find that left foot over top of our right knee. Settle into our chair, hands to heart. And we sink in, finding our edge. Again, chair pose with both feet on the earth is a great option if there's anything going on in your hip, or you're still maybe working on that flexibility. Choose a shape that works. Option to let those arms reach over top. And let's slowly stand up, uncross the ankle, keep the knee bent. Kick that foot up so it's like the sole of the foot is reaching for the ceiling or the beautiful blue sky. Breathing. Option to take the left hand. Find hold of that ankle. Pull that heel into the glutes. Lengthen that knee back, that left knee. Pull it back. Reach the crown forward. And then we will release. Make our way into our lunge. Both arms reach up. Breath in. Exhale, cactus. Open the heart wide. Chin up. Keep that breath full. Make the shape big. Option to stretch the arms for just those last couple breaths. And then we lengthen our front leg. Take a breath in. Pyramid pose, nice and slow. Hinge, pull that right hip back. Right away, we want to feel that pull in the hip. Use your block. Use the ground. Use your legs. Find a space for the hands. Make those minor adjustments that you need, and then engage into pyramid pose. Balance, always full engagement of our body, but also finding places for softness. Okay. Now, option to add your twist here if you would like. Left hand grounds onto the inside or outside of that foot. Right arm, let's take that hand into the right hip crease. Pull it back. Woo. Shift the chest. Find that lovely twist. Option to reach the fingers up. Take advantage of those inhales to lengthen. And our hand comes down. Half moon shape. When you are ready, we launch off of the back leg. Ground into the right fingertips on your block or the earth. Maybe they're floating for you today. Wake up those left toes. Maybe that left hand peels off, and as it peels off, feel it sort of the chest unfurl long. If that right hand is on the earth, can we find some lightness on those fingers? Whew. Breathing. And then we soften into our warrior two shape. Oh, not so soft. That's okay. Drop in, flip our front palm just for a moment, reverse your warrior. And we release, frame the front foot all the way down, low lunge. Right foot, let's pull it back, plank pose. Shift onto our left edge of our foot. Left hand, option for the left knee down. Right arm reach up. Stay right here, rock out whatever shape feels good. If you want to come with me, we bend that top knee, open the hip up. Breathe into it. And then our right foot needs to step forward. Find our lunge. Back foot, step up. Halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. And check in with your heart. Let's clasp those fingers. Maybe do it the way that feels funny, if you still got a way that feels funny. And we're going to clasp the left knee into the chest. I think the more we switch those sides in the finger grip, the more we won't be able to tell. I can still tell, but maybe one day. The option to stay here, or left hand keeps hold, right hand to hip. Knee opens up. Option for those peace fingers to grab hold of the big toe. Squeeze in tight. And then maybe that heel kicks out. Left hip grounds. Right arm out to the side maybe. Maybe the gaze shifts over that hand. And then nice and slowly, we come on back. Take a breath. Release. Inhale, arms lift. Forward fold, bow over the legs. Lengthen the spine. Chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward dog shape. Now for a fun little inversion today, we're going to drop onto our knees. If you have a block, I'd encourage you to use that block, but you don't have to as well. If you have the block, we're going to hold onto it with our hands and prepare yourself for a dolphin pose. If you don't have a block, you just do dolphin pose with your palms facing down towards the earth, okay? But for fun, using that block today to see if that kind of helps us engage where we want to engage. We're going to lift those hips up towards the sky. Now, if it doesn't work for you to lift the knees off the earth, staying connected, but we are all pressing those elbows into the earth, engaging our core, engaging the shoulders, the sides of the body. If you are on the toes, you can work on walking those toes a little bit towards the elbows, trying to stack the hips over top. Gaze is down towards the mat. Keep the breath. Maybe we play today with lifting one leg up towards the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping the toe, other foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop our toe. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your knees. Child's pose for a moment. As you settle in, the arms can stay long. They can also come by the side of the body. It can be a beautiful reprieve for the shoulders. Allow that heaviness to settle in for just a moment. And with just a couple final shapes to make, let's bring our bodies up. We will flip over onto our seat. If you have that block, we're going to take our heels and place our heels on the block. You can do this with your feet just on the ground as well, okay? So if you don't have that block, no worries. You can still make the shape. If you're using the block, just to support the knees and not hyperextend them, if that doesn't feel good, just a little bend of the knees is great. Hands are going to come I like to place mine just to the front of my hips, just a little bit. Okay, we're going to take a breath. On your exhale, press through the palms, lift the hips off the earth for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we come down. Take a breath. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. 2 more times. Take a breath. And we lift up. This time, option to lift the right heel off of the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Whew. Breath. Here we go. 5, left foot lifts. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down. Plunk our feet off that block. And give the legs a little shake. A little bounce. And then to finish off our beautiful hips, we are going to find our way into double pigeon. So let's take our right leg, cross it underneath. Left leg comes on top. So the foot kind of resting on the knee. If this doesn't feel good in your joints, you can allow that foot just to rest in front. Any sort of cross-legged that feels good for you, okay? You can also do this on your back. So if any real issues in the ankles or the knees, you can do this on the back as well, okay? So crossing, finding that shape that feels good. I like to take my hands beside my hips, lift them up, and then settle both hip bones down onto the earth. So we feel grounded and we feel that beautiful stretch to the outside of the hips. Take a breath, feel tall. Exhale, option to fold forward over those legs. Using a little bit of push into those hands to keep the hips grounded. And a little drop of the chin, just subtle. Finding some softness in our body while we are digging into those hips. Let's take about 5 more breaths. And slowly bringing that body up. I like to bring the feet out in front, hip distance, and just a couple little windshields with the knees. Let that release a little bit. And then we will set up other side. Left leg underneath, right leg on top. Use those hands. Pull both sit bones back a little bit, ground them. Woo. Feel those hips. Fire up the toes a little bit. Take a breath, sit tall. Option to fold forward. Gentle push of the fingers. Find the hips. Find the length in the spine. And then that gentle drop of the chin. 5 breaths. All right, up we come. Release the legs. Once more, little windshield wipers, so just supporting the body with the hands, dropping down side to side a couple times. And then we will find our way onto our mat, all the way onto the back. pull our knees into our chest for a moment. Maybe they can come a little wide, so around the rib cage. And if there's space, you can grab hold of the outsides of the feet to find your happy baby. Maybe stillness, or maybe that kicking one side to the other can feel nice in the legs. And then settling back in both legs, we will drop our feet to find the earth. Let's pull our right knee over top of our left, so a little cross. Arms can come wide. Scooch our hips a little bit to the right, and then the knees can fall into our twist to the left. Again, sometimes this part of practice can feel unnecessary if we're in a hurry. But I really always find a moment to encourage you to take this time in our busy world. Having the strength to move slow is so important for our well-being. Bringing the knees back up to center. And uncross them, scooch our hips to the left, cross our left over right, and our knees fall to the right. A few breaths for your final twist. Just savoring that slow breath. Let's roll our knees back to center. And this is time for your Shavasana. If there's any final shape you want to take, please do. And then take these moments, take a few minutes, 10 minutes, to allow that space and time of practice to soak into your body. Thank you for choosing to practice with me today. I appreciate it so very much. Namaste.